Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Parenting Conundrums by me, Faith Motegi. We celebrated Father's Day a few days back, and it struck a thought in my mind. Are we raising the right kind of fathers? How are we raising them? So it's just a few minutes of your time. Thank you very much for subscribing and for giving me the likes and the comments, and also the questions. Kwa kona nyuma ya tent. But my curiosity was piqued by how are we raising our current children? And someone asked, it was a friend, if you have ever grown up in a family and you have either an older or younger brother, have they ever served you as a girl? Have you ever sat down and been served food, and when you finished, you didn't have to stand up? The plates were taken for you by him, by them, the boy child, and they took them to the kitchen and they cleaned up. Then even brought you a glass of water or juice, whichever the case. So it was in your entire life. Yes, maybe in adulthood they might, but when you were growing up, are boys taught how to serve the girls in the family? Because I saw one of the media stations highlighted about widowers, not widows, widowers, men trying to make sense of their lives without the mother, without the wife, without their companion, because she's passed on. And they found it difficult. And I believe you can just find out. It goes by the hashtag, I believe it's called hashtag Dear Dad. Just look into that. Men had to, it's called going back to factory settings. And even those factory settings, they didn't even know where to start in taking care of the children, of how to relate emotionally with someone else. Yes, I know it's children and parents, but how are we capacity building the men in our family, in our lives? And that is starting with the little boy in front of you, that nephew, that son, that so-and-so's cousin, that neighbor's son. So it struck me and I had to think about it, and so I tried to look into it, and I said it's really important for us to not leave the boys to just grow. In a particular forum, someone mentioned it's like when it comes to boys, it's like they are let to grow like weeds. And I'm not calling them weeds. I'm just saying it's like akiwa mkubwa anaachiliwa to sort themselves out, unless now things fall apart. But for the girls, hygiene, mambo ya kitchen, be the right wife, be the wife material. Wapi husband material? By the time you're saying Happy Father's Day, and we are showering them with praise and giving them all the psych, are we preparing the next generation to fit into the right roles? So I'm taking that pause because I'm like, yes, no, boys are hardy, girls need to be taken care of. But boys are humans too. They need to know about their emotions. They need to know how to relate to other people, both boys and girls, without being all rough and tough. Sometimes it calls for it. Other times you need to enter someone else's world and understand that, by the way, it's not always your way. You need to enter someone else's world. So just have some few pointers that maybe we need to have this interrogation, this discussion. How are we raising our future fathers? Because the boy is becoming the man, hopefully will become the husband, and will become the father in the future. So how are we helping them fit into those designations, those roles? The same way we are trying to nurture this girl to be the wife material. Wacha tutengeneze husband's material. Sawa? Let's see. So it starts by example. Number one, wale wanaume, all the men in the house, you take up your role and show by example how to treat a lady, how to treat others, how to sort out finances. It may not be mega deals or anything, but by the way, this is ukiwa mwanaume unajipanga hivi. This is how you make money. What will be longer than the month, if you get my drift. So basically you need to show by example how a boy needs to treat others, and others means the elderly, the parent, and also the girl child. It should not be they always receive, because the girls are also being taught that you can be your independent woman. So if I do not feel like serving you, will the boy starve? Oh, please let us teach them how to cook. Please let them not be yes, Google will help them, but let them get the basic life skills, such that they should not go through their entire lives just being served. Have they learned how to serve? By example. Kuongea, matamshi. How do you refer to women? How do you refer to other people? When, yes, you're angry at politicians. Yes, you're angry at how things are being done within the world or within your society. Yes, you're angry with your neighbor. Whatever it is, what words are you using? You're in the vehicle driving and your son is next, whether you're in the passenger, right next to you or behind you, and then you're just saying, hii gari most likely ni mwanamke anaendesha. Naona vile anaendesha pole pole. There's that belief of, if there's a car on the highway and it's all slow, there's a lady behind the wheel. So how do they look at women from that point? So what is your speech? How are you using your speech? Okay? Wacha wafunzwe kusaidiana, kuosha nguo. Wacha wajue kuosha nguo. Wacha wajue kupika. Yes, just get it up. But please, eating food is, they need to know how to survive by themselves. Just look at it that way. Let it not be the case scenario where every time you're told that they're going to university, they have to look for someone to cook for them, to wash for them. Sawa, mama mboga, mama wa kuosha nguo, sawa, it's okay. This is how things are. But it should not be assigned to a woman. They can also cook. And who are the best chefs? I know. The men. So let them know how to cook. Let them even experiment safely and with supervision as they grow older in how can they prepare a meal. Let them be part of the meal planning, such that they can figure out, okay, we bought this, so you can do the financial. This is how we are supposed to stretch it out for the month or for the week, so they can plan that out. And then when it comes to the cooking, when it comes to ingredients, hapo ndo kahesabu na estimations na kila kitu inaingia. Basically walk this journey through. Yes, you hold the role as a parent, but pass on these skills. Yes? Haya. Media, like this one. If you look at most, and paka nimewakaribia, most video games are targeted towards men. Please don't come at me, but if you look statistically and everything, most video games are targeted at boys, at men. Kwa ajili ya this I don't know, competitive spirit. Even us, we have it. Lakini ni ile, I think for us, I don't know whether they just want the weaves and the, but if you look at how toys are marketed for girls and boys, there's some things that need to be sorted out. Okay, so what is your boy watching? And then yes, even though the storybooks are the novels that they read, most of them, they depict the hero or the Prince Charming. And then the lady is like, oh, save me from this calamity. I was not in drama. We tried, but we only played I'll tell you what part I played another day. So what do boys see, read, do, that, and how do they interpret the role of a boy and the role of a girl. A girl's all, I need a man to save me. If you do not approach me, all that, or can we do this together? Such that the time when they are relating with a girl, it's not always, I need to hit this. It's not always about sex. It's not all about intimacy and everything. Can they sit down like equal partners? And I'm using the word equal kwa ajili mambo ya equality, equity na kila kitu. But can they sit down with a lady and accept her point of view? It's my way or the highway. Okay? So, what is the content they are simulating? Are you trying to have this conversation? The same way we are having matters of racism, where whatever is happening abroad is affecting us or making us have this conversation, or even whatever is happening within. Are you having that conversation? Like, by the way, boys need to treat girls well. Girls also need to treat boys. Like, can you respect the gender? It's not you're always the boss. There are times when the lady is the boss. Bila fujo, sindio? Good. Then, intimacy. You remember the previous videos on education? Please check them out. So as the boy grows up, they need to realize that when it comes to intimacy, there are different levels of intimacy. It's not always physical. There can be cognitive, is it brain? They have all those terminologies. But can you relate with a lady without having being forceful, without catcalling, without, yes, if one girl rejects you, do you go back at her and or get all physical? What do you do with rejection? What do you do when the girl is pursuing you and you, wewe hauna your story, you don't want all that? Some of these discussions, it may not have happened to you as a parent, but formulate case scenarios. The way you have in math, Kamau has 10 apples, Wanjiro has 15, and all the hesabos that happened, because after that the story, sikumbuki the rest of the question, because math and mine myself, oil and water. Moving on swiftly. Have topical issues during family meetings, family sit downs, and talk, like, by the way, or even during the news. You remember how this aspect of the pregnancies, of these escalating numbers that we just came across? Ask, by the way, unafikiria hapa kumeendaje? It's not just you as an adult who's being affected. Even them, they're getting to know, by the way, in life, these are the things that happen. So, what are these discussions about intimacy? Age appropriate, that you need to discuss. Showing intimacy doesn't have to be forceful. Relationships, how can you have a healthy and functional relationship without having sexuality always hanging like, does she like me? Does he like me? Does she like me? Doesn't she like me? So those are the main pointers for me. How do you raise the child in front of you to be a future respectable man, a future respectable husband, and a healthy and functional father? Because if you don't start now, there's no magic pill that they will swallow later on. They will use brute force. They will use the internet to figure things out concerning sexuality. And the way the internet portrays it is, women, submit, my way or the highway. And those are not the healthy types of relationships that we want, do we? No. So the discussions, uncomfortable discussions, need to start today. The boy in front of you is going to be someone else's boyfriend, someone's boyfriend, someone's friend, someone's colleague, someone's husband, someone's father. Are we putting in the work right now? Are we planting the seed that will bloom into that healthy and responsible character? So that is just my welcome to the inner workings of my mind, as I call it. And I'm hoping that this is going to be something. Yes, we're going to talk about the girls also, how to take care of yourself. But for the boys also, they need to know, how do you relate with others? Not just the girls, but with other people in a healthy and respectable way. And starts today. Okay, so thank you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Getting there. And thank you so much for the suggestions, for the comments, and I hope I'll see you on any of my platforms, on Facebook, on my blog, faithotegi.wordpress.com. Just follow Parenting Conundrums and I believe I'll show up somewhere. So have a nice time and thank you. God bless.